Let's listen to Pavarotti.
Hello, welcome to The Revealing. I'm your host, Pavarotti, and I'm here to give you an update on the Idaho 4 case. Now, what I'm about to show you should tell you everything you need to know. About 2 weeks ago, could have been 3, when the defense filed their motions to suppress, I made a statement very early on saying that Mr. Logsdon improperly followed the procedure that the court put in place for sealed motions. He was supposed to notify the court and then hand deliver the motions to suppress to the court so that they could be filed under seal. He didn't do that. I mentioned he didn't do it because he wasn't in court when the judge explained the procedure. He filed them electronically. The court clerk or whoever posts things to the website actually took all of those motions and they posted them. And I said, y'all better download them because they might not be up here very long. Well, everybody did. They know that. So they just left them up there and went, oh crap. But now I'm going to prove to you that those motions to suppress were never supposed to be posted to the actual Idaho Court Doc website. Because over the last few days, the prosecution has filed many objections, and the defense stipulated to every one of their objections on the motions to suppress, the Franks hearing, everything. They stipulated that all of those motions be filed under seal. So if the state's objections to the motions to suppress are filed under seal, which means we're not going to get to see them, don't you think that the motions to suppress would have been filed under seal as well? Yeah, so they filed them. They filed the responses. They filed the responses under seal, and the defense stipulated, okay, yeah, you can file them under seal. Those were never supposed to hit the Idaho court docs. They did, and they know everybody's seen them. So what are they going to do? They just left them up. People questioned me on that. I knew. So we don't have any docs posting to the site on everything that's been filed, but I'm going to show you the case summary of all the things that have been filed, which tells me Wednesday's hearing, I hope I'm wrong about this, but it tells me that it's probably going to be a closed hearing. But I may be wrong. We'll see. Let me show you what's going on in this case right now. Okay, let's see if I can make this a little bigger for us. Here we go. All right, so you can see in the case summary, 1126, that's when, stipulated motion to seal defendant's amended memorandum and exhibits in support of the Franks hearing. So they filed the memorandum, or they filed the motion for the Franks hearing with a big memorandum attached. The prosecution objected to how big the memorandum was. No, the prosecution objected to how big the motion was. The judge overruled them, but then the judge filed a response to the defense saying your memorandum was too big. Just point out the things that are relevant, and you have till the 26th to do that. So that's them actually filing that on the 26th. And then, 26, we got the amended memorandum from the defense. Okay, so that's a motion for them to file it under seal. And it's stipulated. That means prosecution already agreed, so the judge doesn't have to rule. Memorandum, they filed it, but then on December 6th, stipulated motion to seal state's objections to exhibits in defendant's amended motion and memorandum in support of the Franks hearing. So that means the defense has stipulated that they can file their response under seal. And then you have the actual objection for that. So it's under seal. We're not going to get to see it. And then they stipulated for a motion to to seal the state's objection for the motion to suppress genetic information. Then there's the objection the state filed. Defense stipulated that they could seal their motion in support of the search warrants for Lansdowne Drive. There's their objection. Defense stipulated they could seal the state's motion and objection for the suppress of the Amazon account, federal grand jury subpoena. And there's their objection. And then on the 6th, we got stipulated motion to seal state's objection to defendant's motion to suppress the Google warrant. So defense stipulated to seal, and then here's their objection under seal. Stipulation, motion to seal exhibits and state's objection to defendant's motion to suppress and memorandum in support of the Apple account. That's the defense stipulation to seal. Here's the objection. Stipulated motion to seal state's objection to defendant's motion to suppress and memorandum in support of the AT&T first warrant. And folks, I've tried to explain this to people because I know right now everybody seems to think that the Franks hearing's trying to get the PCA thrown out. That is not what the Franks hearing is for. The Franks hearing is to try to get this first AT&T warrant thrown out, because that's the first warrant that they got against Kohberger. And that warrant led to the ability to obtain all the warrants after that. So if they get the first AT&T warrant suppressed, all the other warrants then have to be suppressed. Not the PCA. That'll be thrown out because it's down the line. They would have never obtained the PCA without this AT&T first warrant. And the affidavit that the officer submitted to obtain this warrant contained false information. That is the key to the Franks right there. So people keep saying PCA. No, it's the first AT&T warrant. And then they stipulated, there's the objection from the state. They stipulated the motion to suppress for the pin, trap, and trace. And then there is the objection. They stipulated to seal the warrant for Mr. Kohberger's person, and there is the objection. Defense stipulated to seal the warrant for the defendant's apartment, and there's the objection. Now look here. Then we've got an objection. This is where it gets a little different. This is what I wanted to show you. Objection. State's objection to defendant's motion to suppress a memorandum in support of the Pennsylvania search warrant. I don't see a stipulation to seal on that one. So that one we may actually get to see. I don't know. And then we've got another objection for the search warrant for the white Hyundai Elantra. And then bam, they give us the actual VIN number of it. I know other people have had it in the past, but I've never seen it in black and white like that, so bam. Objection. State's objection to defendant's motion to suppress and memorandum in support of the arrest warrant. Now see, that's the PCA, the arrest warrant. So that comes way down the line. It's the AT&T first warrant. If they get that thrown out, then all this other stuff is gone. Arrest warrant, PCA, everything. All right. Then we got this one here. This one wasn't filed with a PDF. See, these are little PDFs. This is a weird objection. So I'm wondering what the heck this is because I didn't see this on anything. State's objection to defendant's motion to suppress cell phone USB file and memorandum in support RE Moscow Police Forensics Lab warrant dated January 9, 2023. I don't remember that in the motions to suppress, so I'm going to have to go back and look at that again. That's something weird in here. And then on the 9th, we got the notice of the hearing. And then you'll see here, it just goes into the motion hearing that's scheduled 12/11. So you notice of the hearing on the 9th, the hearing scheduled for the 11th, and everything else stays the same. So everything, all these objections to the motions to suppress, the objections are filed under seal. The defense stipulates it, so that means that the judge doesn't have to rule that we still will issue an order that they're filed under seal, but there's no objection from the defense, so he'll do that. And that tells me that if the prosecution is filing their objections to the motions to suppress under seal, then you know that the motions themselves were to be filed under seal, because it said on the back of them, hey, this is to be filed under seal. Lodged and screwed up, they put it on the site, now they can't take it back. So anyway, I wanted everybody to be aware of that, but that is this one right here I'm going to have to look into. Moscow Police Forensics Lab warrant dated January 9, 2023. And that's on the motion to suppress USB file, cell phone USB file. I'm going to have to look back into that one for you. You know, I was really hoping that hearing on Wednesday was open to the public, of course. I know y'all probably were too. And maybe it still is, but since they're filing everything about that hearing under seal, I mean, it's not looking good. But I'm going to stay on top of things for you. I just wanted to give you an update. And please like and subscribe to the channel. Post your comments, thoughts, criticisms. Until next time, Pavarotti's out.
Burning in me.